Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is João Adriano, and I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. It's wonderful to be here with you all in this first ever online Scratch conference. How cool is that? I hope you are as excited as I am. I'm a bit nervous, I must confess, but I'm pretty sure everything will be just great, right? I'm an educator, passionate about creative computing and Scratch, and I've been a member of the Scratch community since 2014. Whoa, it's been almost 7 years. Since it's a Scratch around the conference, I would love to know more about you all. What about if everyone here introduces yourselves in the chat in these first minutes? So please share your name, the country you are joining from, and some curiosity about your country or maybe about your city. In the meantime, I'm here with a bunch of friends from the Brazilian Creative Learning Network who are joining us from different parts of Brazil and are going to help us throughout the workshop. Let me introduce them to you. Carol is from Rio Grande do Sul. Say hi, Carol.
Hi, everyone.
Eduardo is from Minas Gerais.
Hi, everyone.
Elaine from São Paulo.
Hi, everyone.
Fabi from Rio Grande do Sul.
Hi, guys.
And Tata from Paraná.
Hi, everyone.
Vero and Gabi join us from São Paulo.
Hi.
And join us from the USA.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
Good. Our awesome facilitation team from the Brazilian Creative Learning Network is here paying attention to everyone's messages and is willing to help you all. Please use the chat and participate a lot, okay? I see that a lot of you have already introduced yourselves in the chat. We have people from Catalonia, I don't know how to pronounce that, Galicia, Chile, Brazil, Canada. So it's literally a Scratch Around the World conference. We have people from India too. That's great. Please keep sharing in the chat where you're coming from, your city, and some curiosity so we can know each one better, okay? Comfortable. So let's get started. Let's create, Carol.
Let's create, João. Hi, everyone. My name is Carol, or Carolina, and I'm part of the Brazilian Creative Learning Network team, with the super fun job of coordinating its educational area in Brazil. Well, I've been part of the Scratch community since 2015, and just as a fun fact, I've met and explored Scratch first as a community, and later I understood it as a programming platform and a space for us to express our ideas and everything that was said today. But I can tell you this story another time. Well, the Scratch conference has been a special experience to me within the past years, as it was for João, and I'm happy to be here and celebrate this new and so important edition with all of you. It is a different conference, it's a shorter time, and also a new dynamic to get in touch with others and experience the Scratching practice. But we're having the first time chance to connect people from all over the world who wouldn't be here if not for the virtual aspect of it, right? So for that, I'm thankful, and it makes me realize how important it is to be together, to connect, and to bridge, as a bridge, right, for people and their ideas. And each one of us is joining from a different set of X and Y's coordinates in this world. And I hope that with this workshop, we can connect, we can build, and we can have a lot of fun in this one online space. Well, to start, I'm going to tell you a story. So, it's a story of a photograph. Well, the image you see is from the Voyager 1, an American space probe launched into space on September 5th in 1977 to study Jupiter and Saturn. And today, in July 22 of 2021, this trip completes 16,026 days, almost 44 years. Well, it turns out that when it was about to leave the solar system, an astronomer had an idea. What if we turned one of our cameras to take a quick look at Earth before the probe left the solar system? This wasn't a simple request, as the photograph would have no scientific value, and also the planet would appear too small. Details would not be captured, and there was still a risk that taking a photo so close to the sun would damage the imaging system of the probe. But the astronomer didn't settle down until he did it. For him, despite having no scientific value, this photo was very important to have a perspective on our location in the universe. Then, on February 14, in 1990, Carl Sagan got his photo, a photo taken more than 4 billion kilometers or 2.4 billion miles from here. During a public lecture at Cornell University in 1994, Carl Sagan presented the photograph to the audience and shared his thoughts on the deep meaning behind the idea of what he called the pale blue dot that became the title of this book that I have here in Portuguese, and that my friend Thais and I will read to you now. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was lived out their lives. The aggregate of joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived here on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam.
The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelty visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatred.
Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves.
The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit? Yes. Settle? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand.
It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human concepts than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, to Sagan, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Thank you, Thais, for reading it with me. And with this beautiful, beautiful reflection, Sagan says that the study of astronomy is a humbling experience that creates character. And when we look to the Earth from above and from so far, there are no borders like the ones we draw to delimitate cities, states, and countries. We are 7 billion people living in the same house. And even living all together, there is still many distances between us. There might be physical distances or distances sparked by our culture, thoughts, economy, and other fields. So when you listen to this word, distance, what comes to your mind? You can share now in the chat, and our team will be paying attention to what you are saying and sharing. And you might, share a word, a symbol that that could represent that to you, or even a draw. You could draw something and show it in a camera. Like, use whatever you have to express your idea right now and share in the chat. What comes to your mind when you think of distance? What is the first thing that comes to your mind, Joel, when you think of distance?
Wow. So I'm an engineer. So the first thing that comes to my mind is the measurement between 2 points. Distances are greater than 0 and have no upper limits. But it also reminds me that I miss people that I like a lot and haven't seen for a while. But the word distance can have a special meaning for each of us, doesn't it, Carol? So what everyone is sharing in the chats.
I'd love to see that too. People are saying isolation, being apart, enough space into which the soul can expand. Wow, this is deep. What do you see in the chat too, Joel? Do you see something nice?
Separation, missing friends. Wow, it's such a complicated word to reflect on, right? Distance.
Let me see what people are sharing.
Connection.
Oh, an opportunity to figure out the best way to get from A to B. And this A to B could be anything, right? Anything that is important to us. COVID as a distance related word. Sadness, the opportunity to bring people together. Yes. Remote connection, measuring, far from here. Someone is far from here, or something is far from here.
Mm-hmm. Space between two desires, traveling.
Space to reach across. Lack of hugs, someone said in Portuguese, falta de abraço. That we're leaving because of pandemic. Thank you so much for sharing this. You can continue sharing in the chat. From all these distances that exist between people, which one bothers you the most? What distance do you really, really, really want to bridge? And during the past year, we've been observing how distance people have been from knowledge, from information, and that this kind of distance puts people at risk. So how important it is to bridge us to science, to resources, to good health services, right? And what other barriers and distance have you been feeling the most these days? So if you could create something to bridge a distance, what would that be? Like, why is it so important for us and for you to create it? What kind of materials would you like to use to make it, or to prototype something like that? We're gonna make something in order to bridge these distances for us. So let's put our hands on materials. I don't know if you had something already prepared, but anything that you have at home could be useful for that. Even just the space that you are at, or even like supplies like cardboard boxes, papers, reusable materials, a scissor, glue, whatever material you have to draw and write, duct tape if you have, fabrics, pieces of fabrics, the objects you have around you. Maybe you can use them for this project and maybe reuse them later. Or you could even use Scratch. Like, we are suggesting this hands-on only activity, but you're definitely welcome to use Scratch during the Scratch conference. And so yesterday I remember someone was saying that it was going to clean its office, to join the social session so it could show things on camera. So now it's time to make this office or your living room, wherever room you are at, more messy, and just let's get messy again to create something together. Well, we're gonna put some music on because just us speaking is not so cool. But we're gonna have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to create. And while that, we can open our camera, we can show, can position our camera to show people what materials we are using, the process of what we are creating. So now would be a good time for everyone to put the camera on, to use this social aspect of this session and create our projects together. This might not work, of course, for the ones who are doing projects in Scratch, but at some point we can definitely let you share your screen and show what you're doing as well. And I would love to ask some people from our team about what kind of supplies, materials you have around and you intend to use in order to make your project. So
I would love to create something that would teletransport me from one place to another in a glimpse of eye, something that could make me visit my friends, and it doesn't matter how distant they are from me. So maybe I'll try something I don't know if I will have time, but I'll try to do something related to shorten the distance between me and my friends.
Nice, João. Someone said something about hugs, and I was thinking that one thing that I really, really miss right now is hugging people, because I'm known as a hugger person, even in Brazil where hugging is really, really common. But so I was thinking, what if we could create a technology that, we could feel like you were hugging someone, or at least, I don't know, the warmth you have when you get close to people, This could be something really difficult to create, but I think that would be something really nice. Laura is saying that I give the best hugs. My friend. Okay, I'm gonna put some music on, and everyone is welcome to share their ideas in the chat and start creating. And if we notice that someone is doing something interesting or curious in the camera, we might ask you to share. Oh, Shelly saying that, what you said, I know a friend who sewed a hug scarf to send to her mom. Shelly, I really want to hear about it.
Yeah, her mom was far away. And they were really missing each other. So I think she made like a quilt with two hands. She traced out her hand and sewed it on a big long scarf so that her mom could wrap it around herself and use it like a hug scarf.
So cute.
It's so beautiful. I was thinking about that for my creating, but I'm gonna make my mom a crown of glory. I have a crown of glory that I love very much from Rachel Burke, and I'm gonna make one for my mom so that when we video chat we can put our crowns on together.
Yeah, and this is another thing too, like just as making something to someone, as an act of love is already bridging a distance, right? Thank you so much for your sharing, Shelly. I was wondering if like using perfume or something in the scarf could make it even better, That's nice.
Carol, Eduardo is here.
Oh, that's cool. I'm really curious to know what kind of materials he's bringing to the activity today. Edu, can you share it with us?
Yes, Carol. Hello. I'm very excited about sharing my materials with you. And I'm picking some organicals and reusable materials like nutshells. I love this one. I pick a dry pumpkin too, and use too. I have some leaves, dry flowers, and strings, very important to us. I have a tree bark, and I have a fruit, baking. And I'm very excited about that because I was thinking about self-distance, and I really believe that self-knowledge is important to us to connect with others in a better way. And I'm going to create something in that direction. I have a lot of seeds too, colored seeds.
You went way out of the box with this materials. Using organic supplies and things from the nature. This is amazing. I'm really curious to see what you're creating, Edu.
Okay, I will think about that and start creating.
Nice, cool. So the idea is just start exploring materials. If you still don't have an idea, start tinkering with it, and maybe something will come. And we have this Padlet that we will use for everyone to share. And if you want to get inspired by, some examples, you can go there and see what other people have already created. The Padlet is in Portuguese. I don't know if you could put the link in the chat. Yes, thank you for sharing that. And but everyone is welcome to post there in any language. So please feel welcome for it. And if you want to post and also comment and like others projects, it would be nice if you could be logged in, but you're also welcome to not be and just write your name there. Well, I'm going to stop the music right now because I see many people creating and I'm super curious to see what it is. Well, and also some people are already sharing in the chat, and I'd love to hear more. I know that 20 minutes is not enough for us to do and to put our ideas into some project, but the idea is that we can continue working on it. It's always open to evolving, and we're gonna have the Padlet always available for us to share both this first version we're doing of our projects and also whatever we do to improve it later.
And I know that a lot of you are willing to share. Please try to share your projects in 1 or 2 minutes max, so more people will have the chance to share theirs too, okay? I know that Fabi has been creating a collaborative Scratch project, right? Fabi, can you share what you've made and how the process was?
Hi, João. Sure. Do you want me to share the screen?
It's up to you. Yes, sure.
Okay, just a moment, please. Just a moment, because, Zoom doesn't like me.
Of course, he likes you.
No, he doesn't. He always... Let me see. Chrome. Okay. Are you seeing something?
Yes.
Okay, so Elaine, Edu, Tata, and me, we did a project, we built a project sharing information
via WhatsApp. So with this topic of bridging distance, Elaine told us her idea, and all of us were giving some pitacos, you know, some tips, and we tried to build something. So I will share now how it is. It's not finished, okay, because we did not have much time.
Yeah.
So it's a random of some of ideas that people put in the Padlet.
Okay.
Let's see. Sorry, you told us 1 minute, but it's taking a little bit more. Sorry, João. So, let's see. Look, this is a magnifying glass to search for good feelings. Another one.
That's a nice one.
Magic door. Another one. Be first. Okay, last one, okay? I think this is what Eduardo did. Oh, it's not
so let me see if I understood. You got some ideas from Elaine, from Eduardo, and you try to put everything together in the same Scratch project.
Yes, we did this thinking about, for example, teachers and a teacher and a class. For example, a student, just one student have a computer. So the one who has the computer is the programmer, and the others can share tips in the WhatsApp, for example. Yes.
Really
so
nice.
They can share and collaborate, but only one with a computer. That is a thing that happens a lot in our schools, right?
Yes, especially in some countries that we are still on quarantine, and kids cannot go to the school, so they don't have the resources to use that they have on school. So it's a nice idea to make every student collaborate in a single project, bringing their ideas.
And I think it's good also, João, because all the students can be heard, you know? All ideas are good ideas, and the ideas can be mixed in a project. I think it was very cool. That's it.
Thank you so much, Fabiana.
Okay. You're welcome.
I see Shelly is here too, and she's a member of the creative learning community. And I know that she loves to create finger puppets and a lot of other cool stuff. I'm curious to hear from you, Shelly. What did you create?
Well, this is my mom's crown of glory. So it's not done yet. It's going to have lots of goodies on it. So it's big and plush and fun like this one. But it takes a little bit of time, so it's a good start. It looks pretty scrawny right now, but it'll be great. And then when we video chat, she can put hers on and I can put mine on, and we can both feel glorious.
That's so cool. I'm curious about the materials that you use. I'm
indulging in all the not very environmentally friendly. I've got pom-poms and pipe cleaners and flowers fake flowers that I found garbage shopping that I washed up, and some tinsel that I've repurposed from somebody's Christmas tree. And so I've got all kinds of fabulous flower bits. I saved them because they're great crafting materials. And then I've got some little beads that I'll put on, and I've got some sequins that I'll add on as well. So it's full on glitz and glamour.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Thanks for sharing, Shelly.
My pleasure.
So I see that, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Kaninka. I see that you have, I think you have something to share, right? Would you mind telling us a little bit?
Absolutely. So since we were talking about bridging connections, can you see?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's a house, and I recently got married and my house is away. So I could think of making a car, and that's how I bridge the distance between me and my parents and my brother. So this is all DIY stuff. I am a play enthusiast and I use a lot of loose play parts to create things, and that's how this is from one of the I had ordered something, so this was some material to save the bottle, so that's where I've used this from. And these are all pieces that I've saved, over the years. Some are candles, tea light candles, and then I've also kept a small notepad so we can write to each other. And I also am in a habit of writing notes to people whom I love, and share with them to just bridge connections.
Wow,
so that's how I do it. And I also feel that relationships are like springs, or connections are like springs, so we come closer when we want and as we want with the effort that we make towards that.
That's so cool. And I'm very impressed that you were able to build all this in like 20 minutes, right? That's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. I see that Rodriguez have her hands on. Would you like to share something with us?
Sure, thank you. Well, I just wanted to share that sometimes I'm an engineer and homeschool mom and run a couple of teams, and we ask them usually come up with ideas. It's our turn. We feel like a little bit freeze at the moment. So I just fill in their spot. So I just went around and looked at the tinkering box we have at home.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
when we just try to merge what I am and what I would like to have with the tinkering stuff we had around. So I liked keeping like junk journals where I keep memories and stuff. Some deplug from the technology. It's a break to deplug from technology a bit. But sometimes I wish I can share what I have in my mind when I'm creating this stuff, the people I have in my mind. So I'm thinking about a journal where it's old-fashioned, but I can like type, think of this like a control panel, what I can send them through the cables, all the stuff I'm thinking. We can teletransport. I can send them what I have. They can join, they can add to it. And this is like the thing that it keeps rolling. It's like a pulley. It runs around. Everyone can feel it. It's like a collaborative place where everyone can join, feeling. It's like the normal Facebook and stuff we have in media, but a little bit more tangible. Everyone can feel it, have it, and then share around and pass along. That's somehow I think we can bridge and we can shorten the distances, merging the good thing of technology, but the old-fashioned way where we feel like people is sending something really meaningful to them, passing it on. That's it.
Wow, very interesting. Thanks for sharing. I see that Amaya also have her hands on. Do you want to share something because you have your camera off? Okay.
Disculpe, yo no tengo mucho, not much bandwidth in Guatemala. And mi teléfono Tigo, so está muy caro aquí. Esto is a calendar de Maya. Y para mi abuelo está una chamán. So esto un calendario de chamán de Maya para magia, para no más distancia, para mis amigos en el mundo, siempre. De Scratch conferencia, muchas gracias. Thank you.
That's so cool. Did you have you ever just made it right now during the work?
Sí.
Wow, that's so cool.
Está muy popular aquí en Guatemala porque está calendario, magia para personas mayas. Calendar.
That's so cool.
Muchas gracias para participación aquí.
Thanks for sharing with us your draw. Thanks. I think we are running out of time, right, for the sharing moment. Yes. So I don't think we have more time for sharing, but everyone is welcome to share now or even after the session in our Bridging Distance Padlet or even the Scratch Studio. You'll notice that most of the projects are in Portuguese, but all languages are welcome. Remember to log into Padlet before posting so everyone can identify your creation and also react to your comments. I will post the links again on the chat, the Padlet and also the studio. Carol, would you like to share closing thoughts and reflections with us?
Sure, yes. So I was wondering, like, I'm still reading the comments and the chat and everything that everyone is thinking of, reflecting and building. And this is just amazing. We really want you to share in the Padlet or even, you know, just get in touch with us and let us know what you created for this workshop. And so where is this bridge we're building today leading us, right? It was a short time, close to the infinity of possibilities that we could have to explore creative learning with accessible resources, right? And we'd love to bridge today's workshop and conference into this ongoing pursuit for bonding, for bridging as a Scratch and creative learning community, while imagining, creating, playing, sharing, and reflecting together. After all, we are not alone in this galaxy, right? And speaking of that, before we finish, I would love to call a friend who is right now in this place in Brazil called the loneliness, English now is failed, but loneliness. Thank you so much.
I would say solitude because I like that word most.
Wow, this is a beautiful word, but I can't pronounce it right. I have to study that. Well, our friend has been participating in this workshop and documenting the experience here. Sidan, what do you have to share with us today? How was your experience during the session?
Hello, everyone. I'm actually just finished this sketch. Hopefully you are now seeing the screen, my screen sharing. Is it okay for all of us? Okay, it was quick and fast, but yes, let's take the big picture. First of all, I was thinking about this topic of bridging distance, right? And to create from that perspective. And I was thinking about this context of being the loneliest beach in the south of Brazil, and at the same time connected to the cyberspace, you know, this meeting and how we are connecting through this connected environment. And I was here sketching, thinking, and I love that thing about diving into this history about this space and this view of the universe that you were guiding us through. And I realized this thing about vision, that is a matter of perspective, you know, that when we open up this perspective through creativity, we can achieve actually endless possibilities, infinite possibilities, and also through this environment that we are going through, which is the digital and technologies and everything we can achieve from that. And also I was thinking about this different perspective, which was the space, the cyberspace, and also the surface, which is the planet and our home, our cultures, and how we can grab different perspectives from all of this. And this thing that creativity, it passed through this thing about imagination, and also to find people. You know, there was someone that was sharing this facility to connect people via WhatsApp, and also to have tools for that. And not only the tools, but the lens to use these tools. I realized that the whole session was about it. Try to find a different perspective, a different way to look at. And here I was just sketching about some sharing. The guy from Guatemala talking about the time, and also it's another constraint very important when we were talking about creativity and imagination, is to have time, to place a time for that. And that I understood that what it was, what we were doing here now, reserving this time and this space for creativity, and to bridge this gap between us. We are talking for different place, from different perspectives as well. And yes, for now, I think that's it.
Cida, thank you so much. We always love to have you with us, reflecting the session with us. And I think it's really, really interesting that you're bringing technology, you know, as something that can help us bridge distances, but that the main thing is about people and how we improve this opportunity we have to connect things, to connect ideas, to connect opportunities. Thank you so much. We would love you to share this in the Padlet as well, so people can also have access to this. We still have 3 minutes, so I would like to call, but Shmuel Yerushalmi, I think it's Shmuel. Can you talk to us and share?
Yeah, my name is Shmuel Yerushalmi.
Yes. Can you share it with us, Shmuel?
I'm from Israel. Yeah, I want to say that today, in epoch of the Zoom and the other remote connection technologies, we have very, very lot opportunities to reduce distance and how to work and how to create different activities in property of distance, and according to my opinion, in any place we need to think to new situation that was created after eruption of COVID-19 disease, COVID-19 pandemic, because in think of this situation, we have today Zoom and other technological possibilities, and simply we need to mobilize all those technologies and all those opportunities for education and for activity in a situation of distance too. This means I wanted to share here.
Thank you so much, Mo. I'm really thankful for people all over the world to be here today. I think you are representing that so well. I mean, there's this big community in Brazil who's joining, but many people from other places. And one thing that I think Steph commented in a chat is about how can we use, right? How we are using technology to reduce distance. And this conference is a really nice way to leave that. So thank you so much, everyone. I see Kanika is still sharing her screen with us. Please share everything in the Padlet. So maybe, Eduardo, could you share with us just in 1 minute what you did with those organic materials and supplies that you had at home? Because, yeah, we need to share that.
I did a self-knowledge boat that now we are able to navigate in the sea of our emotions, memories, and dreams. So it's the idea that I could create now.
Edu, this is amazing. I want this boat in a real size and I want to navigate with it to understand myself, the world. And I love this idea of self-knowledge. I think this is one of the things that we really, really need to, you know, just keep our lives trying to bridge. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure, and we see that many people are inspired and creating great things, but it's time to go. And in the name of all the Brazilian Creative Learning Network team facilitating this workshop, which is João, Thais, Elaine, Ellen, Fabi, Edu, Gabi, and Vero as well. We thank you so much. And also many thanks to friends who supported us today, like Jenny, like Lula, like Shelly, and to everyone who joined us today. We'd love to continue interacting with you through the conference platform. So let's make use of these social skills that we have and add each other as friends and also chat during today and also other times. Happy Scratch Around the World Experience Day conference to you all, and we'll see you around. If you want, you can open your microphone right now just to say bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
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 Tchau, pessoal.
Tchau, pessoal.
Tchau.